Today, I'm going to talk a little bit about pocket landship. Yes, what is this? Well, you can tell this isn't a box game. This is a print and play. So I'll put a link to my print and play playlist. That's a mouthful. Down below in the description. But years back, probably, I don't know, I'd have to say 7 to 10 years ago, I was really hot and heavy doing print and play games. I was always looking for new titles and just looking at interesting mechanics, and I was kind of in my designer period of doing, fancying myself a designer, but, yeah, aren't we all? Aren't all gamers closet designers? Anyway, so I did a lot of print and play games, and I wouldn't do them very fancy. I wasn't into the DIY and making it, a publishable type of game. I would just kind of do quick and dirty and enough to play the game and get an experience for the game. And if I liked it, I might try to fancy it up a little bit, but I really wasn't into that. I don't really have the skills or the patience or the time or what have you. But I've got a lot of print and play games. I might even have over 1,000 type of games that I've printed out or done something with over the years. But I kind of got away from it and got into just dealing with published games. I still do a few print and play games, mainly when I get playtest. Most playtesting now is on tabletop or Vassal or online. But every once in a while, I'll find a designer that will send me a print and play kit or something that is, pretty much pre-production, but you might have to do a little assembly yourself. So, but I did this one about 8 years ago. I think I printed this out. I think I got the files on Board Game Geek. And the reason I'm coming to you today is I've decided to revive a little bit of my print and play coverage. But more specifically, this is kind of a precursor to my unboxing of this Pocket Landship. This game got turned into this game, but this game is, I think, a little bit more sci-fi. It's World War I meets aliens or something like that, I think. Well, I think that's what this is about. I think that's what it was going for, but I haven't opened this up yet, so I need to check this out. I know there was going to be a version that they were going to take it. Yeah, you can see that. I don't think that was in World War I, but maybe in the version of Scythe, maybe that's it. But anyway, so I'm going to do, this is a teaser for this. I'll do an unboxing of this, and I might do a playthrough of this. But I wanted to talk about this game because it's a kind of a cool little game. It's World War I. It's dealing with pocket landships. As we can see here, the big old behemoth tanks of World War I. And if I get my timing right, I might actually publish this on the Battle of Cambrai, which was the first major tank battle in World War I. Or I won't. You'll tell me when I publish this. I tend to film a lot of stuff and then publish it much later. I try to schedule it on special days or days close to the battle if I can, but otherwise I just publish it and get it out there. But so this is the reason I like this game is it's solitaire. It's very simple. This is all the components for it. I mean, I had to supply the dice, but you just had to print out these cards. You can see I didn't even do the color version. I had a black and white printer, but you can do color versions, and you can actually see color on there for the rules. But this is all you need. You're basically, you have your 3 components of your tank. You got your landship hull, your forward cannon, and your sponsons. You can do a little bit of variety, and you can change that to a corvette, or you can change this to shock troops. So you can change up a little bit of variety. And then these are the basic versions of each of these different things you encounter, like the minefield, which is basically got 2 shots and then it goes away. And then you've got ambush, and it's kind of the same thing. It's a one-time hit and then goes away. But you've got a Boar class landship, and then the more advanced version is a Bison class landship. But basically, on your turn, you're going to roll 3 dice and figure out who goes first. I think one side goes first or the other. I can't remember who's odd or even, but on this. But you're going to roll 3 dice, and on their turn, you're going to do their attack, right? And so they're going to their front line attacks first. Your goal is to get it down to 3 cards. 3 cards on their side or 2 cards on your side. Then you do a final battle. But until you get to that, it's going to roll a 1. So you see what the 1 does on this boar class. It's going to do 2 damage to my hull. So I mark the 2 damage. I got these little tiny dice to mark damage on these cards. So that'd be down to 4. This 2 here, what does it say? It says, I'll drop these dice here. Deploy right, swap card to the right. So you'll deploy this to the right. And then 3, 1 damage to, what does this say here? Hard to read here. I did such a sloppy version of my printout. 1 damage to cannon or corvette. So this would do 1 damage to my cannon. So I need another little mini dice here to put 1 damage to the corvette. So it'd be down to 3. This is down to 4. And this starts at 3 here. I got a little fancy with the, I keep all my dice in this was a pin holder. I keep all these dice fit nicely into there. And then I actually lost my rules. I had to print these out before I did this video here. But the rules are not, there's only like, 5 pages of rules here. Let's see, 4 pages. 4 pages of rules. So not a lot of rules here. So then it'll be my turn to attack, right? So I roll my dice, and then I can assign these wherever I want to assign these. And so I'm going to try to assign to do the most damage, of course. Machine gun, 1 damage to front line infantry. So if I put a 5 here, the front line infantry, so this would be down to a 2. This 4 here is high explosive shell, 1 damage to any front enemy unit. So let's say I want to get rid of that infantry, so I knocked them down to a 1. And then the 6 here is desperation, reroll 1. What does that say there? Reroll 1 other die. Okay, so I got to reroll 1 other die. So, okay. And so that's a 6. So repair cannon, so you can repair, right? So another thing that you can do too is you can roll 1 less dice and you can repair 1 unit up 1 level, or you can roll 2 less dice and repair 2 things, or two levels up. So that's kind of, if you might have repair on some of the cards, or you might just roll less dice to repair. During the final battle, you can't do any repairs. So that's a quick and dirty on this game. I'm not going to, you probably can't play the rules by that, but heck, it's only 4 pages. You can read them and figure it out. I assume that the files are still on BGG. That's where I picked them up. I don't know if they took them down once they did a commercial version of the game or not. But anyway, I've enjoyed this game. This is a nice little filler type game. It doesn't take any time to really set up to play. It's just a matter of, rolling and taking turns back and forth, assigning dice on who. This always goes lowest, middle, and then highest, and then yours you can assign. You can assign your dice however you want to allocate your numbers to, if you need to do repairs, or you want to do most damage, or you want to knock out a unit. Once you knock out a frontline unit, then a unit will come up. As you can see there's some cards that might shift cards and move stuff around, but most of the time you got to knock out the front row, and then the next row will come up, and then once you get down to the 3, you're going to do the final battle. Anyway, there you have it. That is Pocket Landships. I thought this is a nice little interesting game. It's part of my World War I games, tank games. Interesting little filler here that I've enjoyed, and I can't wait to see what the production value of this looks like. Of course, they added in some aliens. So anyway, thanks all for stopping by. Take care. Thanks for watching.